Welcome back to Sports Final Edition. I'm Katrina Hancock. The Ultimate Fighting Championship has been around since 1993. It started out with very few rules and allowed fighters to take a no-holds-barred kind of attitude onto the mat. The UFC eventually decided the fights needed to be toned down, so the rules became much more strict. Today, the UFC is sparking new interest. People are hitting the gyms in odd numbers to see if they can handle the training and fight like the guys in the octagon. It's physical, intense, brutal, and your body takes a severe beating. Mixed martial arts, or MMA, involves a little bit of everything. Punches, kicks, joint locks, chokes, and takedowns. It's becoming more and more popular for both men and women.
The girls are just as tough as the guys. I mean, they dish it out.
Keeping up with the guys is the most important thing. It's hard work, and it keeps you fit.
I think it's fantastic for fitness purposes, number one. I mean, it's ultimate cross-training for fitness purposes. I just really think that it has a lot to do with the fact that it's quote-unquote no holds barred.
No holds barred, huh? I wanted to see for myself. So I put on the gloves and tried out a class at Soo Do Thai in Hazel Park. Isaiah Gathings walked me through an hour of physical work in a typical MMA class.
I like to make sure that we take things slow. I always tell people there's an invisible rack at the door. And when you come in, you check your ego there. And when you hit the mat, you know, all my students are very respectful. Go. 1, 2. Quality versus quantity. I'd rather you do a few things and be great at that than to know a multitude of things and you're not really sure or comfortable or confident in any of it.
I was confident I could punch someone's lights out by the end of the night, but I also got my face plowed into the mat and my arm in a nasty lock. However, I had no injuries to report after all that exertion, but bodily harm is possible.
I had some fractured ribs not too long ago. I've sprained my ankle, and I've kept going, and it's actually, again, helped me, you know, become stronger as a female.
I've put on fights for over 10 years now, and the worst I've ever seen is a guy caught a knee in the eyebrow, and it opened up his eyebrow, probably 1.5 inches, and that's the worst thing. Our referees make sure we stop.
Both fighters always have the opportunity to bail out at any time.
The thing with an MMA, if you tap, the fight's done.
What you can learn from a typical MMA class is how to protect yourself if you get into a sticky situation on the street.
You kind of start toughening up, you stop whining, and you start to get used to what you can go through and learning that your body can actually take more than you thought it can.
Would you recommend it?
Yes.
Why?
Even if you don't do any competition, what I'm learning on this mat right now is going to someday possibly save my life out on the street.